Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Good evening, good morning, good afternoon from wherever you are watching from. Is anyone in the house? Is anyone around? Let me know if you're here and where you are watching from. My name is Enifome Ubini. I'm the Executive Director, Live Again Foundation, and the founder, Live Again Movement. It's really my joy to host this digital skills class for our community members, right? And it's going to be really explosive. We've had several skill acquisition programs, we've had baking, catering, we've had event planning and management, we've had Ankara scrap to style, we've had all sorts. In fact, we've done quite a number of skills, and right now we're having the Canva class because we understand that a lot of people need this, and it's going to be really helpful because it's like a smartphone class to help you use your smartphone to create designs for your social media pages and brands. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm going to be introducing our facilitator in a few minutes, but I want to know on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you about this class? How excited are you? Let me know in the chat, okay? Let me know in the chat on a scale of 1 to 10 how excited you are, and we'll take it from there, okay? I'm going to be highlighting your comments. Okay, I see Blessing from Delta State. Okay. Hi, Blessing. Welcome. So let me know how excited are you? I want to be sure you're hearing me. Can you hear me? Please, if you can hear me, let me know that you can hear me. Can you hear me? Am I loud and clear? Am I audible? All right. Let me know. Okay. Sarah says I'm overexcited, ma. 10. So Sarah is 10. On a scale of 1 to 10, that's 10 for Sarah. Okay, so I will be introducing our speaker shortly. She's already backstage, and I will be bringing her up shortly. As soon as I see her face, I would bring her up shortly. Okay, so basically, the Live Again Foundation is a foundation that caters to women, broken, abused, distressed, and basically women who have been through pain and hardship in life, who have been through difficulty and hardship, abuse, and we host these skill acquisition programs to be able to help them become financially empowered so that they're able to fend for themselves and children, if any. So, this program was brought to you by the Live Again Empowerment Foundation. All right. And this is what we do. We help women live again purposefully and profitably. And our goal is to ensure that every woman that lives again begins to empower other women to live again. Right. And we understand the need for women to be empowered, not just from the outside, but from the inside out. And so, what we do in the Live Again Foundation is very holistic. We try to ensure that the woman is empowered from the inside out because we want it to be sustained. We want you to be able to, we want you to bear fruit that will count for generations to come and still be able to leave it as a legacy for those that are connected to you, including your children, your unborn children, and anyone who cares about you, right? We want you to let your light so shine. We don't want your back to be on the ground because of what happened to you. We don't want life to knock you down and then you stay down. We want you to bounce back, live again, and help others live again. Right? So that is the aim of this. Okay? And our speaker is here. Are you here? Can I introduce you? Are you here? Are you here with us? Are you here with us? Ladies, are you here? Are you here? Okay, our speaker is here. Ladies, I'm excited to introduce to you our facilitator for this Canva digital skills training. Her name is Korede Gift. She is an extraordinary designer. She is a Canva coach and a Canva tutor. She is a brand identity designer. Anything Canva design, count her in. Anything Canva design, if you're looking for your plug, if you're looking for someone that is really good at Canva Designs. She's the one. And I'm excited to have her here today. Corey Gift, are you ready for us? Are you ready? I'm going to have to leave the stream for you, like I said. So over to you.
Hi, Mama. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Yeah, I'm super excited to be here tonight. Thank you so much for the warm welcome. I really appreciate. I don't know, can you all hear me? If you can hear me, let me see. If you can hear me, let me know if you can hear me in the chat. Let me know if you can hear me. Hi. Good evening, everyone. Hi. Hi. Good evening. All right. Good evening, everyone. I'm super excited to be here, and I want to believe that you are ready for this amazing, for this amazing one, because we're going to have, just want to pay, you should pay close attention, because we're going to have an amazing time together, and it's really going to be fun, right? So it's really going to be fun. We'll have an amazing time together. So, I want you to, um, I don't know if you have heard, sorry, I'm still trying to yeah, so I don't know if you have heard of Canva before. If you have heard of Canva before, can I know in the chat? If you have heard of Canva before, let me know in the chat if you have heard of Canva before. Right, let me know if you have heard of Canva before in the chat. Okay. All right, I can only see one yes. Right. Okay. I've seen another yes. I need like three yeses, or even if it's four or five. All right. So, and on the scale of 1 to 10, can you tell me how much you know Canva? On the scale of 1 to 10, can you tell me how much you know Canva? On the scale of 1 to 10, can you tell me how much you know Canva? Wow. Vera says 1/10. Interesting. P says 5/10. Interesting. 7/10. Wow. The inner beauty epitome. Wow, you must be really good at Canva. 7/10. Amazing one. Right. Is there anyone still I only have three people here. Can I get two more responses? Wow, Mida says 1/10. It's okay. Okay. Wow, so from the responses I have here, I can only see just four responses, and out of those four, okay, I've seen another response, that's five. Okay, so and out of five responses, I have two people that don't know about Canva at all, because 1/10, that means you don't know about Canva at all. And yes, then I have 5/10, 5/10, that means you know Canva on the average. Then I have 7/10. 7/10 must be a guru. That's A. Wow, that's grade A. Amazing one. So that means those that have 1/10, that means you don't know about Canva at all. And yeah, so if you want to learn how to, or you want to know how to use Canva like very, very well, let me just see it in the chat, like and say, just tell me you are ready. Just say I'm ready. All right. I want it to be as interactive as possible. Just say you are ready. If you are ready to learn about Canva, just say you are ready. Just say you are ready. Okay. Just tell me you are ready. I've not seen any word. I've not seen any comment. Okay. I've seen one. Vera is ready. Who else is ready? Okay. Okay. I've seen three responses. I've seen another response. That's four. Can I have like five responses? One last person. One more person. One more person. Just let me know. everyone. Okay, I'm back. I'm so sorry for the break. I lost connection. So please, can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. All right. Please let them just know if you can hear me. I'm so sorry about that. Hello, can you all hear me? Hi, hi. Hello, everyone. No one is answering. Am I the only one here? Okay, thank you. Thank you for responding. Thank you so much. All right, thank you so much. So yeah, like I was saying, so I've seen about five responses saying you are ready, and I'm also ready. Okay, so we're going to be learning about Canva, just briefly about Canva, and I just want you to open your heart and open your mind to learning because you are going to learn so much. Even if we have just short time to spend together, you're also going to learn so much in this lesson. Okay, so what is Canva actually? Because I can see that, out of at least 50% of, 50% of you are actually newbies to Canva. You don't really know anything about Canva, right? So Canva is just, an app or a software that you can use to do basic designs. Okay. So and not even basic designs, you can also do a lot of things on Canva. I mean a lot of things on Canva. You can have presentations on Canva. You can, you can do designs on Canva, you can create slides on Canva, you can create videos on Canva, ebooks, a lot. You can do a lot on Canva, right? And something about Canva is that Canva is very user friendly. I mean, anybody can use Canva. So even if you don't have any knowledge about designing at all, you don't know about design, you don't know anything, you're not a graphic designer, you can use Canva, all right? Because Canva is very, very user friendly. You can use it, even if you don't know anything about it, right? And we have a lot of template on Canva, right? We have a lot of templates that you can use to create your own designs, right? It's not really about you using the templates. It's not about you using templates. It's about you understanding what those templates are. It's about you understanding how those templates works. All right. So it's not about using templates, and Canva has a lot of template that you can actually work with and even tweak to actually come up with your own unique design. Okay. There's something I used to say that you don't use I don't use templates because templates are common. In fact, there was a particular time, like let's say for a week, I saw just one particular logo. Someone was using one, but I saw it like on three different platforms, the same thing. So it was very obvious that okay, this design was done on Canva. Right. So when you want to use templates, even if you want to use template, there are some things that you need to tweak that you know that okay, you're coming up with your own unique design. All right. But for the course of this class, we're not going to be, talking about templates. We're not going to be going through templates. I want to show you how you can do, a simple basic flyer design from the scratch. You don't need to use templates for it, right? And I'm going to go as simple as possible because about 50% of us here are newbie to Canva. So I'll be very simple. I'll be very, very I'll go as simple as possible. Okay. So let me know if you come in the comment section if you have the Canva app on your phone. Let me know if you have the Canva app. If you have the Canva app, just say yes, I have. All right. Let me know if you have the Canva app on your phone. And for those that have been using Canva before, I think someone said 7/10. Right. Let me see. I think someone said 7/10. So 7/10. Okay. Okay. So I'm trying to. Yeah, someone said 7/10, right? So if you have the Canva app on your phone, the person that said 7/10, I think I'm trying to check the name. Okay, the inner beauty epitome, right? So let me know, do you design flyer with Canva, or what exactly do you do? Let me just know in the chat. So if you have the Canva app, I can see three people here, three comments. That's amazing, right? So but for the, there's something I usually say, right? And it's that I don't usually use the Canva app to design. Okay, there are two platforms, or there are two ways you can design using Canva. It's either you use the software, that's the application, that's when we download from App Store, or if you're using iPhone, you download from So if you're using iPhone, you download from App Store. If you're using Android, you download from Play Store, right? And you can also use, Google Chrome to access Canva. So Canva has the web and Canva also has the application, right? So, but for me, I do not use the Canva application, and I'll tell you why. Okay, the Canva application is usually, there's usually, I think there's sometimes that, it's an application, of course, it was created. So there are sometimes that, it might be lagging, or there are some bugs that, it just makes it, lag sometimes. Okay, so that's why I majorly prefer using, the website. Okay, I prefer using the website, which is canva.com. All right, I prefer using canva.com, and that's what I usually use when I'm making any design. So if you'll be surprised that I don't even have the Canva application on my phone. I don't have the Canva application on my phone because I usually use, canva.com. So I recommend canva.com because when you're using canva.com, when you're using Canva on the web, it's usually easy to, it's usually easy to navigate, and it's actually the same thing. I'm not saying it's not the same thing. It's the same thing. What is on the web is also on the software, is also on the application. But when I say it's easy, is that, on the website you can easily refresh. Okay, you can easily refresh when you're making designs, but on the application you cannot easily do that. All right, so that's why I'm going to recommend the website anytime, any day, right? So if you don't have the Canva application on your phone, you don't need to worry because we are going to be using the Canva website, the Canva web, which is canva.com, right? So you can use canva.com. That's just go on Google and search for canva.com. Just go on Google, search for, if you are using Safari, whatever browser you are using, you can just search for canva.com. So without wasting much time, I'm going to be going into the real practical. Okay, we're going to go into real practical quickly without wasting much time. All right. So, and I'll be going as basic as possible. Like I said, I'll be going as basic as possible. Okay. So I'm going to be using my smartphone here. All right. So now I'm going to my Google Chrome to search for canva.com. Okay. So be searching for canva.com. Right. So you can see this. You can see it. Like, I'm still going to, like, remove the camera from my face so that we can focus on the screen. Okay. Can you see that? Canva.com. Okay. So you search for canva.com, and this is what you are going to have. All right. You can see canva.com here, and you can see this. So I'm just going to, like, you know, move the camera on my screen so that you can be able to see exactly what I'm talking about. All right. So, okay. So just give me a sorry. Hi everyone, can you see my screen? Hello?
So while we wait for her to sort that out, um, I think you should share with me some of the things that you would love to learn with Canva, some of the things that you would love to learn about digital skills, right? Just share with me so I can have an idea of the other things that you want to learn. The facilitator and I agreed that she was going to use her smartphone to show you. Otherwise, she would have used her laptop and shared her screen. But we wanted this to be as real and practicable as possible so that even if you do not have a laptop, you're able to use your own phone to be able to follow through. And that's why she's using her phone. So she's trying to sort that out. So while she's doing that, I would like to find out from you. We try to see how we can help as many people as possible become everything that they know that they desire to be. So let us know in the chat some of the things that you would like to learn as well, so that we can put that in our database, put that in our archives, and then we can get facilitators to help you achieve that. Damilola is saying is not clear. Is this the same for everyone else? Can you hear me? Please let me know. Can you hear me? I would really love to know. Okay, so please drop it in the chat. Our facilitator is back and I don't want to waste her time. I see that three people are saying they would like to learn how to become virtual assistants. Okay, stay tuned to the community and we are going to let you know how you can do that. We've had quite a number of people become virtual assistants just by being in our community. We've shared opportunities with them, and we have quite a number of virtual assistants that have become virtual assistants just by being in the community. So if you're not in the community, please send a message to send an email. I'm sure you have our email somewhere. Check that email or go to the DM of Live Again Foundation and tell them I would like to be added to the WhatsApp group. Okay, I'm going to be handing over now to our facilitator.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Sorry for the break. I'm trying to just adjust my screen, right? So I don't know if you can. Hope it's not mirrored in like the way you're looking at. Hope it's not mirrored. Hello, please let me know if it's not mirrored. Let me see. Can you just check the video?
Hi, Gift. It's not mirrored. We can see it, so you can go ahead.
Oh, all right, ma. Because it's mirrored on my end, so that's why I needed to confirm.
No, it's not mirrored. We can see it.
All right, so this is how. Okay. All right. So this is how it's going to look like. Can you see that? This is canva.com. So you search on, Google Chrome or any other browser that you have and just search for canva.com. So once you search for it, it's going to take you to, it's going to take you to the main interface. All right. So and when it takes you to the interface like that, I don't know, most of you might not be, you might not have, you don't maybe probably don't have an account yet, or maybe you have an account or you don't have an account, right? So if you want to have an account on Canva, because I said I'm going as basic as possible. So if you want to have an account, you can just go to this, this place here. So under menu, right? So you're going to see So you're going to see under menu, you're going to see how you can, set up your Canva account. So this just come to this place here, click on this place, and you can set up your Canva account from here, right? So what we're going to be doing now, we're going to be learning how to just create a simple flyer. So this is what the interface looks like. Like I said, right? This place is the home. So this place here, we have the home button here. As you can see, this is the home button. Uh, Here we have projects. This is the project icon. This plus sign is where you can create design from scratch. This template is the template we have. Like I said, we have a lot of templates. So when you click on templates, right? So can you see search thousands of templates? All right. So we have a lot of templates here that you can search from, but that's not where we are going. So you can let's go back home and want to create a new design. I'll be showing you how I create my design from the scratch. Okay. So you go to the plus sign. So let me check the comments. Okay, it's clear. Okay. All right. So we can see that we have the plus sign here. So when you click on this plus sign, that plus sign means that you can create design from scratch. Just like we have here, you can see that we have custom size, we have templates for you, right? So we're just going to use custom size. So for the custom size, we're going to design an Instagram post, okay? An Instagram post, a social media Instagram post. An Instagram size is always 1080 by 1080, right? But now there's I don't know those are if you know about Canva before or you have used Canva before, there are some cases whereby when you make a design or when you create a design, probably your design can be kind of blurry in some cases. Now, the reason why your designs are blurry is because you are using a very, very low size. Okay, you are using a very low size. So when you want to design or you want to create a design, right? The normal size for an Instagram post, is 1080 by 1080. But for me, I usually multiply it by three, okay, so that I can have a very quality design. So when I multiply it, I usually use 3500 by 3500 for my designs. Okay, I use 35 by 3, just like you can see here, right? 35 by 35 for my design, so that I can have a very, very high quality and sharp quality design. Do you get it? So if you are using the sizes like, this is pixel, you can see the units, you can see pixel. Now under here, let's go under here. You can see pixel, you can see inches here, you can see centimeter, you can see millimeters, right? So we're going to be using pixel. So for pixel, we have the width to be 35. We have the width to be 35. Then we have the height to also be 3500. Okay. So this is the size we are going to be using instead of 1080 by 1080. Now there are some cases where we are going to say there are some cases where we're going to have, you can see 500 by 500 pixel. So when you're using 500 by 500 pixel, it's going to be very, very, the quality is very, very low because the size is low, right? So you should know this, that the size of your design depends on the quality of your design. All right. So for this particular post, let's use 35 by 35, and we're going to be creating a new design from the scratch. Okay. So we're creating a new design, and yeah, this is what we're going to have. We're going to have a blank canvas. All right. We're going to have a blank canvas. So let's see. This is still loading. All right. So please, are we following? Are we following? So now we have a blank. I don't know. My network is just being. I don't understand the network today. But yeah, let's move on. So you can see that, this is our blank canvas, just as you can see. All right. So for this one now, you can see below here, we have design. You can see design, you can see elements, you can see text, you see brand, uploads, tools, and the likes. So the main tool or the main icons we are going to be using is design. Okay, under design, you are going to see templates that you can use, but we're not using templates, right? I can't put it here, just so you're going to see design. Can you see the designs? These are the template that we have here. So we're not using templates for the course of this training. Then the next one we have here, we have elements. So under elements, you can see you can have your shapes under element, just like you can see here, you can see shapes, right? This is shapes, this is graphics, Okay, we can see photos. So you can literally search for anything under this element. You can search for anything like, you can search for images, you can search for shapes, icons, a lot of them. We have a lot of elements. And I forgot to tell you that we have the free Canva and the pro Canva. All right. We have Canva for free, and we have the premium Canva. So there are some elements here that are actually for pro users, okay, while there are some that are for free users, okay. So this that's about element. Then under this we have text, right? Under this text you can see we have add a text box. So you can add any text to your design like this, right? You can see that we have a lot of text suggestions here. All right. So the next one is brand. This brand is just like to upload your brand font or your brand image, your brand logo, and the likes. Okay. You can also see here that we have uploads. Okay. We have uploads here. This is where you can upload your image directly from your gallery. Okay. You can upload your image directly from gallery. So you can see upload files. Okay. You can see device. This is device here. So when you want to upload an image directly, you can use this particular feature here. All right. So quickly, I'm just going to go into the design we want to create. And so I'm just going to I have my I'll be showing you the design we'll be creating together now. Okay. Okay. So now you can see how you can, create your own size. You can create your own size directly. So we're going to be creating this flyer. Okay, we're going to be creating this flyer together. All right, so this flyer. Okay, so we're creating this flyer together, and I want you to follow closely. Okay, now for this flyer, this is a social media design, and there's a difference between a flyer design and a social media design. The difference is that when it comes to flyer design is just like, it's like the same thing. Both of them are still flyers, right? But when we talk about social media design, they are just like, okay, they have little information on it, just like the way you have little information on this particular flyer. Why there are some, when we talk about flyer designs, those flyer designs, we call them flyer designs because they contain a lot of information. Like the detail is for advertisement purpose. Okay, so flyer design is for advertisement purpose. Why social media design is also for, it's also for an advertisement purpose, but it just has lesser content. That's the less content compared to a flyer design. All right. So for this, we're going to be creating a new page. This is the same size I used for this design. That's 35 by 35 pixels. All right. So I use the plus sign here, and let's add a new page. Now for this page, the first thing we are going to be doing now is to bring in the image. Now this image was gotten on Canva. Okay, so when you want to get this image on Canva, you go to, you see under this, you can see what we have there. We have the icons under here. So you go to elements, you click on elements and search for, okay, so we're going to be searching for a black woman holding a laptop. Okay, that's the image that is there. So we'll search for a black woman. Okay, so on elements or in elements, you can actually search for anything. I mean, you can search for anything at all. Okay, so we're going to be searching for a black woman holding a laptop. All right. So a black woman holding a laptop. So you can search for anything you want. You can search for a black man. You can search for whatever you are looking for is right here under the element. So let's go to photos. Now look at the photos that we have here. You can see, the ones that you are seeing edu, because I'm using Canva for education, right? So and this is also pro, all right? Because what the ones you are seeing edu, they are the ones that they're actually premium. Okay, now you can see that we have edu on some. So those ones that are seeing edu on, they're actually premium. So we're just going to use an image here. I don't know if we can be able to see the exact image that I used, but we can just use another image to explore this particular, design. So let's use this lady over here. Okay, so let's use that lady. So we're having it on a new page, right? Yeah. So let's use this lady. Okay. For this now, we have our image. This is the image we want to use. We are creating this design. So this is the we're going to be using this image, and we're going to just have, some text on it. Now for this particular image, I cannot use this image like this. All right, I can't use this image like this. Can I say that the image that we have here, it does not have a background? So I have to remove the background of this particular image. Okay, so I go to, can you see the when I click on the image, right? When I click on the image, can you see that we have, some options below here? So the option we're going to be using now is the background remover. Can you see BG remover? For this background remover is actually premium. So if you want to subscribe to the premium, you can actually subscribe. I think it's about 2,800 per month on Canva. Yeah, I think it's about 2,800. Yeah. So we're going to be using the background remover to remove the background. And if you are not in the probably you cannot subscribe for now, you can actually go on. If you want to remove a background, the background of a particular picture, you can actually go on Chrome, on Google, and search for background remover. When you search for background remover, you're going to see a particular website that will help you remove the background. Okay, that's another option you can use. Now for this, I'm going to use the background remover. So when I click on, can you see that's the BG remover? So when I click on that, it's going to remove the background of this particular image. Okay. So to remove the background of this particular image, while that is loading, okay, so the next thing we are going to do, okay, it's done. Right. So now it's done and she's facing the other side. And I don't want the image to face this side. Okay. So still on the image, under the options under, you're going to see flip. Right. Look at it here. You're going to see flip under here. Just like, can you see that? So you see flip. So I'm going to flip this image. All right. Let's flip it. You flip it horizontal. Okay. Now I have it horizontally. Then I'm going to just increase the size and just bring it closer here. Okay. Bring it closer here. Right. So now I have my image on the canvas. Okay. I have my image. The next thing I'm going to be doing now is to bring in my font. Okay. Now, before I move on, please let me know if you are following in the comments. Please let me know if you are following in the comment. Just if you are following, just say yes, I'm following. Please let me know if you are following. Let me know if I'm not alone. And if you're understanding it too, please let me know if you are understanding. Okay. So I'm waiting. Let me just see two. Can I just see two responses? Okay. Can I have one more response, please? Are you following? Hello? Okay, so while I'm waiting for other responses. Okay, yeah, awesome. Thank you so much. Right. So now we have the background over. Now we have the background removed from the image. The next thing we are going to do now is to bring in our text, right? Just like as you can see here. Okay, just like you can see here, we have our text here. Now I come here and go to texts, right? The first thing we searched for was under elements, right? So I went to elements and I searched for an image. Okay, now the next thing I'll be doing is to go to text. Okay, let's go to text. So under text, you're going to see a lot of text. I'm just going to be picking the very first one. That's, can you see, default text styles, that we have three different, or we have heading, we have subheading, we have a little bit of body text. Okay, so I'm just going to be clicking on the first one, which is add a heading. Okay, so for this, what is our text? So we can edit this. Okay, so I'll be editing this to small. Okay, so I'll be typing it out. All right, so do you have small time, big result? Okay, so I'll be typing that small time. Let's have small time, right? Small time, comma. Right. So let's have this first before we have the other text on it. Now for this text, now look at it. Okay. So I'm going to like expand it. Sorry, not that, not the image. Right. So I'm going to expand this. Okay. Let's expand this. Yeah, so and I'm going to reduce the size a little bit and just put it here. Now, there's something you need to know about when it comes to designing. Even if you don't know anything about design, right? I said that you can also design on Canva, even if you don't know anything, right? But you need to know the basics. You need to know the basics of design. And when I talk about the basics of design, I'm just going to be mentioning them so that you can have an idea of what I mean. All right. So in this particular design, if you notice this design, you can see that this design is aligned. Let's go back here. You can see that this design is aligned. You're not seeing the text that are scattered. The text are not scattered. The image is not scattered. Everything is balanced. Everything is well arranged. Okay, that's it is very important when it comes to design. Everything should be well arranged. Okay, just like you see on this particular design. All right, and you can also have, when we talk about alignment, we talk about balance, we talk about emphasis. Now, I want you to understand that whatever thing you are doing, whatever design you are doing is for communication. All right. So you are communicating to people. So when you are making a design, or when you are creating a design with any platform, with any software, and since we are focused on Canva, when you are making a design with Canva, okay, so you have to take note that you are communicating to people. So if your design is not communicating, you should know that that design has failed. All right. So if you are making a design and people cannot see what you are designing, then it has failed. If you are creating a design and you cannot communicate to your audience well, then that design has failed. So one of the purpose, in fact, the major purpose of a design is to communicate. All right, so when you have any the design you are making, make sure you look at it and say, okay, if I'm the audience or if I'm others, if I look at this design, am I understanding the message of this design? Is the message in this design, is it clear to me? Right? If you cannot see what you are, if you cannot see what you design, then that means it is not a good design. If you cannot understand what you designed, that means it is not a good design. So you have to put yourself in your audience shoes to analyze the design, if it is actually readable, or if it is communicating the main thing you want it to communicate, right? And if you can see this flare, you can see that it is communicating. If you can see they have small time, big results, start your free skill journey today. So this is like, okay, showing that, okay, this flyer is about you are going to learn a free skill, and the lady there is also communicating. So the lady there is also communicating, all right, to you, is communicating to the audience that, okay, you can learn a free skill using your laptop. Do you get it? So that is the purpose of all the design that we have. All right. So let's quickly move. Let's quickly move. Right. So we have small time, big results. Okay, so for this small time, we're going to be using a font for it. Now, the font I used, now when you click on text, follow me. When you click on text, we have fonts here. You can see that we have a lot of fonts, and okay, it's going to show here. Sorry, please give me a minute, just a minute. Hello, everyone. So yeah, sorry for the break in transmission. Okay, so let's continue. So for this now, I can you see that I have my text. Okay, when I click on text, I see font. So under font, we have a lot of fonts. We have like thousands of fonts on Canva, thousands of fonts. Okay, so we are going to, you can see we have handwriting, corporate, display. We have a lot of fonts. We cannot just explore everything, right? So the font we are going to be using is bricolage, like this bricolage grow text, right? So we're going to be using this particular font for the course of this design. You can see small time. Now we are using this font. Okay, so you can see the arrow beside it. When I click on the arrow, you can see that I have different kind of, text. We have extra lights, right? You can see lights, regular, medium. So we're going with bold. All right, we're going with bold. So let's go back. Okay, now the next thing we are going to do now is to change the color. When you click on the text, you can see that we have other options here. We have font, we have styles, we have size, color. We have a lot of them here. So we're going to just explore them briefly. Okay. So for this now, we are using the color. For the size, you don't need to use, because you can easily increase the size from here and reduce the size. All right. You can easily do that from here. Okay. Then we have the next thing we have here, we have color. So we'll be changing the color to brown. Right. So we're changing the color. You can see the color we used here. We are using brown color and red color. Now, another thing you need to take notice is that when you're making a design, when we are creating a design, you need to understand that you shouldn't use more than, three colors on a design. The colors on your design should not be too much, because remember that you are communicating. So if you are using a lot of colors, how do you want to communicate properly? When you're using colors that are not contrasting, when I mean that when I say colors that are not contrasting, it just simply means that colors that are opposite, like opposite to each other. Just like you can see here, we have like a white background. This is not really white background, I think it's a cream background. We have cream background and we have red. Now you can see that the fonts are very visible, the text are very visible on the flyer. Now imagine I'm having, let me see, let me show you something. Imagine I'm having this particular text. Let's say the color I'm having this kind of color. This one is not even, let's have this gray color. Right now, look at this gray color. You can see that it is not, the colors are not contrasting. It's like almost the same thing. So if you're looking at it from afar, you might not see this text that I wrote here looking at it from afar. So it is much, you should use contrasting colors that, when you use them, it's going to be visible. Remember that your design is communicating. Okay. Remember that your design is communicating. So let's go back to our main design and we have, this flyer, this color, that's the brown color, right? So I'll be duplicating this. Now, when I say duplicate, it just simply means copy. Instead of me going to text and bringing the same text, I'm just going to duplicate this. Now you can see the options that we have above here. Now you can see this tool, this here. Okay, so this is how to, I'm just going to duplicate this and put it under here. So when I put it under there, I'm going to also create this and put, big results. So I'll type big results. So let's type big results. Okay, big results. All right, so an exclamation mark. All right, so the next thing we are going to be doing now is to align it. Now you can see that we have under the options that we have here. You can see that we have under the options we have here. You can see that we have B formats. That you can see the B format here, right? So just click on the B format. Now for this B format, you can see that we have options under here. Now this B is it means bold. Okay, the I there means italic, the U there means underline. This one here means cancel or a line across the text. Okay, then this means you are changing to caps lock, or you know um or small letters. All right, then the ones that we have under here, we have alignment. So we have, this is the left aligned, this is left aligned, this is middle aligned, this is right aligned, that we have justified. Okay, so for what we are going to be doing here, we are going to be having left aligned, so that we can align it to the left like this. The same thing we are going to have here, we are also going to have it left aligned here. Then make sure now, the way I'm arranging, you can see that you are seeing some purple lines there, right? So you're seeing purple lines. So just make sure that it is aligned with each other. All right. So the next one we have here is we have the color. So we'll be changing the color of just like we have here. Okay. All right. So are we together? Please let me know if you are following. Please, I hope I'm not alone. I hope I'm not alone. All right. So we have now let's change the text now to red. So we'll be changing this big result. We'll be changing the color to red. Yeah, please let me thank you so much, Sarah. I'm glad you are following. All right. So we're changing it to red. Now, if you notice that for this particular flyer, we are using two different, we're using just two colors, which is brown and red. All right. We're using brown and red. So let's go back to our canvas. Okay. Then we have small time, big results. Now that is done. Now make sure that let's zoom in. Let's zoom in. Right. So make sure that it is aligned. Now look at that purple line. Make sure that it is aligned with each other. Okay, so we have small time big result. Now the next thing we are going to do now is to let's increase the size of this our image and just make it like this. All right. So remember that your design should be balanced. Okay, your design should always be balanced. Not like some will be small, some aspects will be big and the like. So make sure that your design is aligned. Okay, then the next thing we are going to be doing now is to let's check our design. Now we are coming up. We're going to be writing this. That start your free skill journey today. So we're going to come here, right? I'll also duplicate the text here and just bring it under like this. Reduce the size, and I'll be changing the font. Okay. And the font I used for that particular, effect is Montserrat. So I'll be using the Montserrat font. This let's go up. Yeah. All right. So we're going to be using the Montserrat font just like we have under here. So can you see we have the arrow beside it? So these are the other options, just like we can see here. So I'll be using medium. I'll be using medium. Okay. So I'll be using medium here. Right. Then I'll be coming here. So let's write our text, which is learn a free skill today. Is it learn a free skill? Let me confirm the text. Okay, start your free skill journey today. So I'll be coming here to click to just write, our text there. So start your free skill journey today. Okay. Now you can see how this is. We are going to be adjusting it. Now click on it and expand it. Okay. Let's reduce the size. Okay. Then we expand it properly. I also reduce the size well so that, Now, another thing you should know is that you shouldn't have your text on the image. Okay, you should not have your text on the image. Remember that your design is communicating, so make sure that whatever you do, your design should be visible, your text should be visible, your color should be visible. All right, so for this we're saying start your free skill journey today. Yeah, and let's go to fonts. Let's go to and change the, we'll be changing this. Let's use semi bold. So let's use semi bold. And Okay, let's use medium. I think I use medium. All right. Yeah. So let's use medium. So for this, now if you notice this particular place here, you can see that we have text. Now we can see that we have medium. Like this, look at this place. You can see that there's an emphasis that is placed on free skill. All right. So we're going to be doing the same thing here. So let's come here. I'm going to click on it again. Like I want to, I'll do like I want to edit it. Then I'll just come here and change the font to caps lock. So let's just change it. We'll change this one to free in capital letter, and we also have skill in capital letter. All right. Now, when I click on this place again, just going to highlight it. So once I highlight it, I'll highlight the free skill and make it bold. Can you see that? Just highlight the parts that you want it to be bold. So I'm making it bold. Let's go back. Now, can you see that, the free skill is now bold? So let's zoom in back. All right. Let's zoom in. So I'll be expanding this. So I'll be expanding this here and just let's move it down a little bit. Okay, let's have something like this. And we'll also bring this one down. So I'm just going to select multiple and move it down a little bit also, right? Can you see that? So let's move this lady. Let's move this lady to this side. All right, so I'm using the node tool. Okay, so I'm moving this. All right, now let's let's take this, right? Let's just select and increase the size a little bit also. Okay, now make sure that it is aligned. Remember alignment, right? Make sure it is aligned. Now we have the text already. Now the next thing we are going to do, please let me know if you are following in the comments. Are you following? Okay, I'm not alone. Thank you so much. All right, so let's move on. So we have this. Okay, um spacing here is kind of too much, so we'll just move this up a little bit. All right, now for the next thing we're going to be doing, can you see that we have the logo? We can see the logo here. We have skill spring up. So for this, we're just going to put live again foundation. So let's duplicate the text and just bring it here. So we have live again foundation as a logo. Live again foundation. Right. So we are going to just, instead of expanding, we're going to push it, bring it in. Okay, so I want it to be like this. Bring it in. Then I go to spacing. Okay, now look at this place here. We have spacing. So click on spacing. All right. Now we have letter spacing. Now we have line spacing. So under line spacing, now we reduce the line spacing. Now can you see what it is doing to that text? It is reducing the line between it. Can you see that it is reducing the space between each text? Okay. Can you see that? So let's go back and let's have the font to be bold. And let's also have it in capital letter. You can see this here. Let's increase the size. No, don't let it to be too big. Just a little bit. Remember that it should also be aligned. Can you see that? Okay, so we have live again foundation, small time, big result. Start your free skill journey today. All right. So let's copy all this. I'm going to be selecting all this, okay, just to move it a little bit to the side. Right. So let's use, when you click, you can see nudge under this place here. Under the space, you see nudge. Nudge simply means you can move it, just to move it a little bit to the side. Okay, to each side, you can move it. So it's just the move, the move icon. All right, so the next thing we are going to be doing now is to have this one 100% free access. All right, 100% free access. Now on Canva, you go to elements and search for, okay, I might not get the exact element. Okay, so I might not get the exact element. So just search for red circle, red 3D circle, red 3D or let's say, yeah, 3D red circle. Let's go with that. 3D red circle. Okay, so we're going to have, a lot of elements under here. Some will be free and some will be pro. All right, so let's go. My network is kind of slow. All right, so we can see the graphics under here. Let's see all. So while we are waiting for my slow network, please let me know if you are following in the comments. Let me know if you are following. Let me know if you are following. Please, are you following? Hope I'm not alone here. Okay. My network is quite slow tonight. So sorry about that. I've not seen any comment though. It's like I'm alone in this room. Okay, thank you so much, Queen. Thank you. Okay, thank you. I'm glad to know that I'm not alone. Okay, I don't know. My network is very, very slow. Very slow. Very, very slow. Okay. Okay, thank you, Oluwashola. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, great woman. All right. So I think I'm just going to just please hold on. Okay, so we are back and we have 3D red circle. Let's see all. So I'm just going to be using this one. I don't want to like, because we have a lot to explore. So let's just click on one red circle here and reduce the size. So let's bring it down here. Okay. So in this red circle, we want to put free skill training, yeah? 100% or what's here? That's we have 100% free access. Okay. So I want to have 100% free access here. Let's move this. All right. So let's move this. Okay. Um, let's move this a little bit upwards. Yeah. So we have 100% free access right here. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to duplicate this one here and bring it here. Now, example of the contrast I was talking about. This is a color. Look, can you see that the text and the image, they are not contrasting? You can see that you cannot see what is inside, right? So we're going to be using the color that's the white color for this. So for this white color, we have 100% free access. Okay, so let's just put it in here. 100% free access, right? So the next thing we are going to do now, yeah, so the next thing we're going to do now, let's push it in, like, have everything, individually. Okay, now can you see that this is aligned to the left and this does not look good? So we're going to click on the text and align it to the middle. So you go to B format here Now, can you see under this place here? You can see the format. So you go to B format and we align it to the middle. Can you see this middle here? This is middle. This is right. So we're aligning it to the middle. Okay, now can you see what we have? Now this is the left. Can you see that? Can you see the right? So we're aligning to the middle. So let's increase the size of this and align also to the middle here. Now can you see the purple line? That's to show that it is at the middle. So I'll be using my nudge to just adjust it properly. All right. Now, can you see that we have 100% free access? Now, the last thing, and yeah, not the last thing, but we are moving forward here. Now, can you see that we have some, we have this element under, and we have this also. So we're going to be doing the same thing here. Now, let's go to elements. Under elements, let's go back. You're going to see shapes. All right. So you see shapes. I'll be picking the very first shape that will be there. So this is the very first shape. I'll be picking this shape here. Okay, the square shape. Then I'll be making it under here. Can you see this? So let's move it. Yeah, so let's move this like this. Now can you see that purple line is showing that it is aligned? So let's move this. Right. Now for this, we're going to be using the red color. Let's use the red color. And yeah, so let's adjust this properly to the middle. Yeah. Okay. Now the next thing we are going to do, now can you see that this particular shape has sharp edges? I mean, it has like sharp edges. So we want to make this edges to be cornered. So what you are going to do now, from this one, you just go to corners. Can you see the options? Let's go back so you can see it. So can you see when you click on the element, when you click on the shape, you can see options. Under options, you can see corners. So you click on corners and increase the corner rounding. Can you see what it is doing to it? You are increasing the corner rounding. All right. So we have that. Okay. Then the next thing we are going to do now is to bring in let's move this a little bit downwards. Yeah. So we're going to bring in our information. So can you see that we have the Instagram icon, Facebook, TikTok, and the website. So, but before we do that, let's duplicate this one, this particular shape. I'll be duplicating it and reduce the size. Bring it to the middle, all right, and change the color to brown. Okay, can you see that? I'll be changing the color to brown and bringing it to the middle. So for this now, I'll also go to corners and adjust the corner rounding. Right, can you see it? Adjust the corner rounding. Okay, so let's zoom in so I properly adjust it. Right. Okay, so I want to believe that we are understanding this whole process. Please let me know. Hope you understand this whole process. I hope you are not lost. I hope we are in the same page. Okay, then I'm going to bring in this text here, just duplicate it. So we'll be putting start here. So start here. All right. Is it start here? Okay, start now. Sorry. So we have start now. This is the call to action, because for every flyer there should be a call to action. What are you are trying to communicate. So after communicating, what do you want them to do? Do you get it? So start now. It's an exclamation mark. Let me check the comments. Okay. All right. So let's for this now we are going to be expanding it like this, okay? And we reduce the size. So we have it here. Can you see that? Can you see what we have been able to do? So we say start now. Then the next thing we're going to be doing is to bring in our text. Can you see we have the Instagram icon? Now for this icon, you can also search for it from elements. Okay, what you just need to do is to go to element and search for WhatsApp icon, Instagram icon. Let's search for Instagram icon and we'll see what I'm talking about. So let's search for Instagram. icon. Okay. Okay, can you see this? Can you see the icon here? So we can get it from here. All right. So we're just going to be having the Instagram because of our time. So let's reduce the size. We have to change the color because we can't put a black icon on a red color. Black and red, they are two dull colors, so we can't do that. So we'll be changing the color of the icon to white. Okay, so I'll reduce the size here. So Instagram, let's reduce the size and have it just somewhere here. Start now. Instagram, let's reduce the size. So I'm going to bring in this text here. We'll also change the color to white. We change the text color to white. And the Instagram, we have Live Again Foundation. So let's have Live Again Foundation. Right. Okay, so you can see that we have the pages here. We have Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Okay, and we also have the website. So we're also going to be putting the website here. Let's zoom in. So let's bring this close to this place. Live Again Foundation. So bring it here. Okay, so we have foundation. All right. Then the next thing we're going to do, I'll be reducing the size of this. So I'm just going to select it, select multiple, and just reduce the size a bit. Okay. So I'll also be using my node to adjust it properly. Please, are we following? Hope you are not lost. So now we have the Instagram. Let's have the website. So let's go back to elements and search for website icon. So you search for website icon. Website icon. So let's pick the first one here. Okay, so let's reduce the size. Come here and put it together here. So we're having it in color, in the white color. Let's change the color to white. Then reduce the size a little bit. Okay. Where is it? Where is my icon? It's not showing. Probably that's the network. Okay. So let's delete it and bring it back. So let's go back to elements and bring in websites. So let's change the color to white. White. Oh, I don't know. I don't know why it's not showing, but we're just going to move on. Okay, until it shows. It's just my, I think it's my network. The network is kind of, really bad tonight. The devil is a liar. So let's have Live Again Foundation. Okay, it's back. So I'm going to duplicate this and just put it here and put www.liveagain foundation. That's our website for this. So let me zoom in to know. All right, so let's have www.liveagain foundation. This is www.liveagain. Okay.com. So let's have .com. .com. Okay. So I'll be expanding that text. I'm going to be expanding this. Let's expand. So can you see that it is too close to the edges? So we're going to adjust it. So for this Instagram, I'm going to select multiple and reduce the size, then move it here. Okay. Then use, okay, let's adjust it. It's too close to the, let there be spacing. Let there be spacing. Adjust it here. Then for this also, I'm going to reduce the size of this and just bring it here, and also, enlarge this, reduce the size. Okay, so we have that. So let's use the nudge to adjust it properly. So I use nudge to adjust. Okay. Right. So can you see that the spacing here is also too close? So I'm just going to, increase from here so that our design can be more balanced, and also increase from here. Okay. Now can you see this? All right. Can you see what we have been able to come up with? Now you see small time, big result, leave again foundation, and start your free skill today. So let's just adjust this one a little bit. Okay. Now the last thing we're going to be doing here now is to have a background. Now before we have the background, now look at this barcode, this QR code, sorry. See this QR code. You can also generate a QR code on Canva. And how do you do that? You go to apps. All right, you see all these elements, all these features we have here. Just go to apps and search for QR code. So you search for QR code. You see search Canva app. So you search for QR code. QR code. Okay. So the network. So without wasting more time, just search for QR code. Then for whatever you want them to scan, so probably it's your WhatsApp number. So once it brings out the QR code, you can just click on one of them. Then you put your WhatsApp number. So whoever scans it will actually take them to your WhatsApp. So because of the network, we're not going to be exploring that. Okay, so let's just go back to our design. Let's go back. Okay, then the next thing we are going to do is to have, if you see notice this background, we have some lines there in the background. So we're just going to be searching for, I did not want the background to be plain. Okay. So I didn't want the background to be plain. That's why I have, you know, I have it there. So I want to check for the exact keyword I used to avoid us, you know, um, going around. I don't know, the network is really bad. So let's have this. Oh, the network is extremely. But don't worry. I think we should just leave that. Okay. So now we have this. We have the background. We have the text. So let's adjust it properly. So I'm going to be just select multiple. I'll be selecting this. Let's zoom in. Select and just move it up a little bit. Okay. So just this also. I'm just going to adjust it to look really good. Yeah. So this also I'll adjust it. Okay, let's move it up. All right. So you can see how I have been able to create this design from scratch. You can see how I have been able to create this design from scratch. Okay, let me know if you understood all what I just did now. Let me know if you understood all what I just did. If you understand this clearly, just tell me I understand. And if you have any question, please let me know now. If you have any question before I finally hand over. If you have any question, please let me know. Now, okay, finally, Finally, we are going to be downloading our design. So if you want to download this design, okay, you click on, you see this sign here, this feature, click on, this is the download, icon. So you click on the download, you can see share link, then you see download here, click on download. Okay. Then once you click, when you click on download, you're going to see some options. Okay, the network is slow. So under download, you see some options. I don't know if we'll be able to explore that, but while we are waiting at it, let's just, if you have any question, please let me know if you have any question, and if you understand, if you have, if you fully understood what I've just, or what I've said since morning, or since, okay. So the download is here. Alright, so when you click on that download icon, you can see file type, you see PNG suggested. So for the file type, I have my PNG. Then for the size, remember we use 35 by 35 pixel. Okay, then select page. So you can select the pages you want to, you can select the page or pages you want to download. So for this one, I'm only downloading page. That's our current page, which is page 2. I'm only downloading page 2, done. Then I click on download. So when I click on download, the network is bad. That's why it's saying something went wrong. So when I click on download, my design will download, and that is it. We are done with that. All right. So I think I'm done. I'm done with this. So let me know if you have any question before I finally hand over. Okay, so I'll just wait for the next 10 minutes. If you have any question, please let me know in the comments. So, and I want to believe that you are also going to practice yours. Okay, you should also practice yours to see if you really understand. Because one thing about learning is that when you learn, you also have to implement, especially when it comes to practicals. So you cannot just learn, watch videos. In fact, if you watch 50 videos, if you don't implement any, you might not be able to get the result. Okay, so the important thing is implementation. You can be so eager to learn, you can be so eager to watch videos, you can be so eager to, get a lot of resources. But no matter how eager you are, after getting it, if you do not implement, you cannot get results. Okay, so you have to make sure you implement all this for you to get results from it. So 5 more minutes. If you have any question, let me know. 5 more minutes. So or when it's 8:35, no more question, and yeah, I'll be done. So 4 more minutes. 4 minutes more. Any question?
Hello, everyone. Are we still here? It looks like we lost our facilitator for a bit. But how has it been so far? How has the class been? I've just been backstage saying, oh my goodness, this is so good. This is so good. On a scale, in fact, not scale, tell me, how has this training been so far? Describe this training for me. How has it been so far? It has been so good. Trust me, what it is that she has taught here is grade A. It's what she charges a lot of money for, but the Lead Again Foundation is bringing this to you for free. Not because it is free, but because Live Again Foundation is bringing it to you for free. So I really want to know that it has been very transformative, and I want to hear your comments. I want to see your comments. This gift, this has been so good, right? I tell people that when you know something, you know it, right? And that's what I can see just from your teaching, right? And not just that, but the desire to teach, the desire to see that people actually get it. And I trust that anyone who sits with this training is really going to use this training. And I remember the first time I saw Canva, and let me just share that very briefly, right? A friend of mine had just come, I was around her and she was just doing something on Canva. She didn't even show me, she was just doing something on Canva. And she was on her laptop, canva.com. And I was blown away by the app or the design application or intervention, because in my head I've always been trying to figure out how to create my designs on social media, flyers and everything. And when I saw it, she didn't have to tell me anything. I by myself went to canva.com and I was just seeing many things: presentation, flyers, brochure, logos. I'm like, oh my god, phone wallpapers, calendars, CV, like you can design almost anything on Canva. And then I was just seeing everything, vision board. I'm like, where has this thing been all my life? And that is someone that did not even teach me. And I kid you not, from that day, I sat on canva.com. I downloaded the app and I began to experiment. And like our facilitator was saying, even if you watch videos, if you don't do it, you don't get to learn. So there is a doing. Any software, anything tech, computer, it's user friendly. You have to use it and use it and use it. The more you use it, the better you get. So I really want to say to everyone that is, in touch with this training or is has come in contact with this training, use it. Take everything she has taught, go back, right? We're gonna have an assignment for those in the community. You are going to design your own social media post and post it on the community. I'm not going to say more than that, but I'm going to be watching. I have a gift. I always give gifts. I have a gift for people that are going to take this seriously, and it is something that would help your social media, trust me. But let's see how we go with this, right? Watch this video again and again and again. But for now, tell me, how has this training been? Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow. No words, no words, no words, no words, no words. How has this training been? And if you ask you, I would also want you to share your feedback, right? The link is on the screen, bit.ly/laughstap feedback. It's very important to us. Share your feedback, but I'm waiting to read your feedback right now. Please follow our facilitator at okgift underscore underscore. Once you put the first underscore, you will see her handle. She has a lot she shares. Like, you're going to learn so much just by following her. Follow me as well at Enifomes Speaks. Follow Live Again Outreach at Live Again Outreach, and follow Live Again underscore Foundation, so that you can be updated as we have different skills. We're not stopping now, right? We have different skills that we bring up for our community members to learn. And this is not going to be the last Canva training. We might have another one after this one and another one. It depends. Let's see how you would use this and become a better person in your social media, in your designs and everything. Okay, I'm seeing I got so much value. What value have you gotten? What is it that you learned? I'm going to be listening. I'm going to be waiting. I'm going to be reading it. What is it that you learned that you didn't know before? Or what is it that you learned that you knew before, but you now know more about it? Or what is it that you learned that you are just blown away? I want to see it. I like how she did the layout. I like how she taught me about corners. I like how she explained to me that I can get photos. I want to see it. When you share, you retain information. But when you just tell yourself that, okay, I know it, you might not remember when you're done. So share it. It's also coming back to you and reinforcing, right? It's going to be reinforced. So share. Share. I'm going to be here waiting. I'm not even going to allow her leave until I get to understand. Because one of the things that is priceless in these times is time. Time is a currency, time is expensive. If I give you 5 minutes of my time, you're important, right? And she's been here for over an hour, almost 2 hours. So I want us to share what we have learned from this particular training, right? And then she asked for questions. I don't think I saw any question, which is actually very unfortunate because before you would see her to answer that question, you would have to pay money for that. All right. So if you have any questions at all, you feel like, okay, I didn't quite understand what you were saying about this or that, or how can I now use this for carousel, or how can I now use this for this, that, 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 that. I am waiting to hear your responses. Okay. Ife says a 10 over 10. Thank you for sharing. Okay. More, more, more. I'm waiting for more. So I'm gonna take her out until we're done, and I'm gonna bring her back when I see the questions. Okay? So more, more, more. I told you I'm here. I'm not leaving. I'm gonna be here till I hear from you. Okay? Sarah says I learned that Canva is a software you can use to do bold designs. Let me tell you what I learned. Now I have been designing on Canva for, let's say, 7 years. For 7 years now. I got to learn about Canva in 2018, and I've been designing on Canva. All my flyers, most of my social media posts, everything, I do them myself with Canva. Except it's something beyond me, or I want something very sophisticated, I can give it to my graphic design team. But most of them, I do them myself, and I learned it in 2018. But let me tell you, I just learned from this class that you can actually multiply your dimensions of your design to get a bolder outlook or a bolder result. That was gold. That is gold. When she said that she actually multiplies her own times three, I'm like, oh my goodness. Because sometimes when I design logos on Canva and I just use the logo template, I don't, what have I done wrong? What have I done wrong? So when she said she multiplies her dimensions, right? A square is a square. So even if you multiply it, it will still be a square. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. Please share. I'm telling you, I have been designing on Canva for 7 years and I did not know that. So I'm really, really looking forward to your comments, okay? I want to see what you learned. Not just well done, thank you, God bless you. I learned a lot. Define the a lot. I am going to be here. I'm not going to leave. I want to really see it because I want you to understand the quality and value of what you have gotten. It's huge. It's huge. She's a Canva design coach and tutor, right? And she can use Canva to design anything, and you will not even know that it's Canva. Like she's that good. So she came in here and she poured herself into us and trained and taught from her heart. The least you can do is tell me, what have you learned? Type it in the comments. Okay, I see Sarah is also saying, I also learned that there is free and pro Canva. Yes, actually. Nudge means to move a bit to the side. Okay. Now, she mentioned something about removing background, and I would like to just add something to that. You can go to remove.bg to remove your background if you're not using Canva Pro. Remove.bg to remove your background. So when you Google it, put it on Google or your browser, you would even see it will come up and say remove.bg. I'm sure that I think they're like the first website you're going to see because they're doing well with SEO and most people use them. But just thought to add, right? Remove.bg is one way that you can use to remove your background. I see Queen. Queen is saying, thank you so much for this opportunity, Ma. The training has been amazing so far. Queen, you are among the people that are making me still wait for your comment because your comment, as great as it is, needs to be specific with what you learned. What have you learned? What did you know or what did you not know that you now know? What do you now know that you cannot wait to try out? I want to see that comment. Otherwise, I'm going to be here. Or maybe you want to look at my face, my beautiful face, right? So I'll just be here for those who just joined late after I introduced myself. My name is Enifo Melbini. I'm the founder of the Live Again Foundation and the Live Again movement. We run a shelter. We help women live again purposefully and profitably. Women that have gone through setbacks, pain, trauma, life issues, and all of that. And skill acquisition is something that we do to be able to help them get financially empowered so that they're able to leverage these skills and use them to profit. Okay, right? So you are on to the Live Again Foundation skill acquisition program on digital skills focusing on Canva design, right? So it's a free training that we offer, but if you would like to be a partner or you like to give towards the Live Again Foundation, the account details are on the screen so that we can be able to do more and more and more of this as well. Okay, so I'm waiting for our comments. Okay, if your network is acting up, at least there are other people. I'm waiting for other people's comments here. You know what I've realized? When people get things for free, it's very you literally have to beg people to share what they learned or share their feedback, which is very sad because in life the way life works is it gives you what you give it. Life is like garbage in, garbage out. So if you are the kind of person you're quick to take, but it's very hard for you to give out, you would find yourself struggling to have because it's difficult for you to release. It's very difficult. If it's a free training and it's difficult to release, so when it's now something very like when it's something like maybe a trip outside the country and somebody gives you that kind of trip and is telling you, please give me feedback, and you're like, no, I can't, oh, I can't, oh. It's something I see people do, and I just smile and say, oh, yeah, because it's like working against you when you're like that. So I'm really waiting. I want to see our comments. I could have ended this stream now and say, okay, let's go. Bye bye, everyone. Like, fantastic. But I want to see those people. I have seen a few comments, but I want to see more. What is that thing that you've learned tonight, today, right? That you're like, man, oh my God, I didn't know this before. And you're like, I'm going to try this out. Okay. Please remember that we are going to be looking forward to your assignments. Go to Canva and play with it, design, use what she has taught you, watch the video again, right? And use it to 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 design and send to the community. We are going to be looking forward to that. And please share your feedback at bit.ly/laughstop feedback. We would love to hear from you. All right. We would love to hear from you. If you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, why are you doing that? Subscribe. Click the subscribe button now. Click it now. 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 Do that now. Click the subscribe button and share. You can share the video with someone, right? I can give permission to do that. But click the subscribe button and subscribe to the Live Again Foundation. That's your way of saying thank you, for bringing this to you. And like I said, the feedback is very important. So even if you don't want to share it here, please share it on the group, right? bit.ly, that's bit.ly, bit.ly/laughsap, LAFSAP feedback. Okay, so I'm bringing our facilitator now back to the stream. Thank you, everyone that has stayed, that has learned from this. I'm going to have to leave now, but I trust that this has been very transformational, okay, to every one of us that came in and that was able to learn one or two things. I see Mida is saying I learned that I can make flyers on Canva. It was amazing because I didn't know anything about it before. So for me, it's a plus on my side. Trust me, the more you sit with Canva, the better you get. So I want to really re echo the words of our facilitator. Go and sit with Canva. You would be blown away. The more you practice, the more you learn. And there's even a part of Canva that you can just click learn and just be learning. So every day you go in there and you learn one new thing. You go in there, you learn another thing. Or you could go to Canva.com/learn. Canva.com/learn, and you can keep learning more. We'll try our best to see how we can keep bringing these skills to you, but it is you that is supposed to learn. So if we bring it to you, you have to show us that you're serious by learning. And if you learn, we'll be encouraged as well to keep bringing these skills to you. Okay, I'm going to have to release our facilitator now. She's been here for almost 2 hours. What do we say to our facilitator? Please type it in the chat. Can I have those emojis, those thank yous, and everything? Thank our facilitator. I want to see all our chats saying thank you to our facilitator just before we let her go. I assume that we don't have questions. I assume that this has been so good, and we're like, my goodness, I can't wait to practice. I'm gonna be looking forward to your what you're coming up with after you've learned the training. Remember to send it to the group. Remember to send it to us so that we can know that we have used our time well and that you have for this amazing. It was so good. Thank you so much. I'm gonna have to let you go now, right? Thank you for
Thank you so
offering
much,
your
ma.
service. Thank you for partnering with us. Thank you for
Thank you so
collaborating
much,
with us.
ma.
Thank you
Thank
for
you so
doing
much for having me. Thank you.
yeah. God bless
Thank you
you.
so much.
Okay, everyone. Bye. See you in our next training. Bye, everyone.